Okay, so this reading is for DC Young Fly, and I'm gonna do it really, really quick. For whatever reason, I had a dream about DC Young Fly last night. I honestly don't even know too much about DC Young Fly other than I think he's on Wild and Out and that he had a wife who was really, really pretty who passed away after having surgery because I'm a surgery girl, so that kind of I seen about it. So, anyways, I had this weird dream, and I'm just gonna talk about the dream real quick. In the dream, you, DC Young Fly, you were stealing my identity. You were stealing my social security card. You were stealing my credit cards, my passport, and I'm like, why are you stealing from me? Like, you got more than I do, and now, like, why would you do that to me? And you just kind of were like, dang, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know why I did that. So my first thought when I woke up this morning is just be careful with your finances, your identity, things like that. Maybe you have some type of legal action coming up. Maybe there's some type of like mistaken identity, false identity. Maybe someone around you is false and they're not good and they're going to try to get over on you when it comes to like your money, your finances. Maybe they're going to try to, steal from you, something like that. So be careful with that. But these are the first two cards that came out. I'm going to talk about my meditation. My meditation, when I closed my eyes, I saw Forrest Gump sitting on the bench with a box of chocolates. And he literally said, Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump, he said, life is like a box of chocolates. You just never know what you're going to get. You're never going to know what hand you're going to get dealt. And so I don't know if that resonates. Maybe that's a movie you used to like. Maybe that's a saying you used to say. Maybe that's just how you feel like, man, life is crazy. I just never know what to expect. I can't believe like this would be my life. Um, the other thing is that it also took me to the part in the movie where when he was like in love with the girl Jenny or whatever, and she was hanging on the balcony and she was like beautiful. She looked really, really beautiful, but she was still depressed. She was not happy. She was as gorgeous. He thought she was beautiful, but for some reason, she just wasn't happy with herself and she like her mistakes and her life, and she was getting ready to jump, but then she didn't actually jump. I think maybe that's in reference to, I believe, possibly your wife. Maybe there was some issues where she just didn't feel content with herself or happy with herself. And I know I'm a woman, I've had surgery. There's things that we could say we're confident, but there's things that bother us. And maybe she just didn't, or maybe you feel like you didn't tell her she was pretty enough, or maybe you feel like she didn't realize how beautiful you actually thought she was, or maybe she just wants you to know that she did know you thought she was beautiful or something like that, or she wants you to remember her as being, you know beautiful, even though she may have had struggles with ultimately the way that she looked or felt about herself. Now, let's go to the cards, because the first card that came out was the Eight of Pentacles, and you see the lady painting, and then you also see the Princess of Pentacles, and it kind of looks like she's like a dancer or a ballerina or somebody with like a ball, one of those like girls that throws the ball up. And I thought it's funny that they're both pentacles because in a sense they're both talking about the same thing. Eight of Pentacles talks about your hustle, your grit, your craftsmanship, like basically um absorbing new skills and just kind of putting yourself out there, like your whatever it is that you like to do, whatever your creativities are, your passions, your habits. It's like keep on chugging, keep on staying committed to it, keep on focusing on it. You're going to get better, your skills are going to build up, and you're going to start to see rewards from it. So it's kind of like your passions, your patience, your grit, that's kind of like what you're focused on right now. And you're absorbing your skills, and your hustle and your commitment is what's giving you your edge, and it's going to be what pushes you forward. But then the Princess of Pentacles also is like talking about your thirst for knowledge, your creativity, you wanting to learn, you wanting to open yourself up. Like, I want to go in this direction, I want to try this, I want to fueling your entrepreneurial spirit, like curiosity, wonder, things like that. Pursuing real world goals that maybe you never thought about before, you didn't have time for before. It's like you're putting your all into expressing your creative self and like showing who you are and putting yourself out there. And Spirit is like, keep doing that, keep moving forward. Set your sights forward and keep doing that, and you will allow yourself to grow. Keep learning and doing and taking in as much as you can. I'm going to go to this deck and see what else we might get. What else does Spirit want to talk about for you? Okay. I am presence. Speaking up, putting yourself out there, letting, like, basically making yourself, standing up for yourself. I am somebody. I am presence. I'm putting my presence out here. I'm putting myself out here. Maybe you're putting yourself out here in a way you never have before, or maybe you're putting yourself out there on something new, and you're like, I want people to. I don't want everything to be about what happened. I want people to see me for who I really am. I want to take back maybe this last year or two, or however long it's been, you felt like everything was so focused on all of that, and now you're trying to establish like separate yourself from what happened and like move forward and grow and just really putting yourself out there. Let's see here. What other messages does Spirit have for you? All right, the next card. Freedom. It says there's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So whatever was holding you back, whatever was keeping you from kind of like moving forward or moving in this new direction or trying these new things, maybe you were having some insecurities. Maybe you felt like, you know, life was just sucked you down after everything that happened. Spirit is like, it's okay to go out there and be who you want to be. The path is clear. Nothing is stopping you. You don't have to feel guilty. You don't have to feel upset. You don't have to feel sad. Like nothing is stopping you from putting yourself out there and just really moving to the front and expressing yourself and doing what's best for you and being on this journey that you're on. You know, maybe people are thinking like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. And you're just like, no, I'm going to move in this direction, or I'm going to try this and see if it works, or I'm not going to stay in this sadness or depression or whatever was going on with me. I'm going to move forward, because at the end of the day, life is really like a box of chocolates and you just never know what you're going to get. So it's time I get back to me and focusing on me and how I move forward and excel. I think I'm going to take one more card just because I've been talking so fast. Let's see. What else does Spirit have for you? All right. It's a lot of cards, but I'm just going to kind of look. So you have mental strength, you have peace, and problems resolved. See, it basically reads like a story. At this point in your life, it's almost as if you're finally getting some type of mental clarity. You're finally like at peace with certain decisions, certain things. Maybe things are starting to finally fall back in place for you. And it almost seems as if problems are being resolved because you are getting back to you. You're starting to feel like yourself again. You're starting to feel like you can show the world yourself again. Creativity, focus, commitment, freedom. There's nothing stopping you. You have the okay to move forward and to do things now to kind of make yourself happy and to move your life forward. So that's what I have for you, and I'm going to send you a picture of the cards.